Welcome back to the Pattison Post Show. This is Day 2, Episode 2. My name is Les Pattison and I am your host. Now, today I wanted to talk a little bit about marijuana legalization, and I realized that leading with this topic is probably going to draw some criticism, but seeing as how this topic is currently being hotly debated across all levels of government as well as the general population, and the essential entire world is watching us, I figured that it was worth the criticism and it was something that I should sort of throw my opinions out there. If we legalize cannabis and we do it improperly, it's not going to help any of the situations that have been brought forward. If we do it properly, we're going to see an increase in tax revenue, health services, lower crime rates, and potentially get rid of the black market. Now, the thing is there's been a number of ideas that are being proposed across every single province because they're all allowed to figure it out for themselves. This is both a good and a bad thing. To me, marijuana legalization is relatively simple. And you have to keep it simple because the more complicated you make it, the more chance that there's going to be loopholes or things that can be exploited. So, to me, legalization is very simple. You have three different parts. You have the growers, the distributors, and the retailers. Now, the growers and retailers should be private. If you want to grow or sell marijuana, you need a business license. If you want to grow and sell marijuana, you have to sell it to a distributor. Now, the distributor is a government warehouse. You could have one in every major city, essentially. Now, they have the security, and they also have the labs. So when you grow and you sell it to the government lab, they test the THC, CBD, and any other levels of relevant chemicals or pesticides. They then put that for sale, where the retailers can then come and bid on it. And bidding is a very important process because it allows the free market to control the price that they are willing to pay for cannabis. Now, your growers grow it, they sell it to the distributor distributes to the retailers. It's a relatively simple system. It also leaves very little room for exploitation. If the authorities find out that you are growing and selling and you do not have a business license, you could receive fines or go to jail. If you are a retailer and your inventory is checked and it is found that you are not buying it from the government distribution hub, then you receive fines, go to jail. It's a really simple process. It allows the taxpayer to have almost limited exposure to any sort of risk of running stores or running growing hubs. The only resultant cost on the taxpayer is running these warehouses and building them initially. And that's about it. They're hands off at that point. The government doesn't have to control the retail sales or the growing of it, as long as they control the distribution. And if we do it this way, there is far less room for it to be exploited. And I would welcome you to throw out your thoughts and opinions regarding my ideas on this, because of course these are only thoughts and ideas, and with more input I can build upon them. But as just an example, one of the problems that I see coming from, say, Ontario's legalization plan is, besides the fact of the low amount of stores that they want to open up, who owns the licenses to the stores? Who owns the license to produce the marijuana? And one of the really big ones that is often overlooked, especially it seems in political acquisitions, is who owns the property that is going to be leased in order to put these retail establishments in place, or the growing, or the distribution. So I'm going to leave it on that. If we do this right, we could have almost immeasurable benefits to our country. If we do it wrong, we're just setting ourselves up for failure. Well, criticize, like, share, do whatever, say whatever you want. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about privatization and crown corporations and how this growing trend of selling off our crown corporations, especially utilities and telecoms, is not good for our country. Alright. My name's Les Pattison. I've been your host. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.